Hey ladies and gentlemen, this is Kristen from milkandmud.com. Today we are going to talk some about market research for your product, which is the best place to start. We're going to talk about mining your list when we do the call, or if you're listening to this in the future, the call will be on the class page. Right now though, what we're going to talk about is mining Amazon, which even if you have a list, I feel can be pretty valuable, and especially if you don't have a list, it's very valuable. In fact, I think it's almost crucial. So if you've watched some of my other trainings, like the authority site training, you've seen how I've mined Amazon and forums and things before. And this is similar, but we're going to take it deeper. And I believe that's what makes this really powerful, particularly for product creation. So in the course of this case study, I'm planning to do a product for gettingpregnant.com, which is my guinea pig site. I really don't have any idea what kind of a product I want to do yet. I have one product for that site, which is a product on nutrition for fertility. I don't have anything else. So I'm just going to search for natural fertility to start this off. So you can do this exact same process with whatever your niche is, and just pick a top keyword for your niche. So if you're into karate, you might search karate, or golfing, you might search golfing. I probably should have said books. Really, we want books. So I only want book results. So we're going to change that, because I don't need, these things are good to look at in many niches. Like golf would be a good one, and probably even karate, or for natural fertility like supplements and things for possible affiliate offers, but that's not what we want right now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we've got books here. Ideally, and this is one of the things that I talked about in the content training, so if you're not even sure if this is a niche that you should be in, I'll just give you a quick rundown. You want to look at the books here and look for the reviews, like the number of reviews. So at least 30 reviews, but like this here, 252. This book isn't particularly on natural fertility. It's on like avoiding too. But look, this is totally, 250 reviews. That's great. That tells me that this book is being purchased. Here's another, The Infertility Cure, 210. So as you can see, I'm right-clicking on these to open these in a new tab. I'm going to skip Taking Charge of Your Fertility because, again, that's not as tightly niched. Fertility Cycles and Nutrition is kind of like Taking Charge of Your Fertility, as is the Garden of Fertility. But this one here would be good, the Fertility Diet. Again, I already have a diet page, so... Oh, and it looks like some of my pages are having trouble loading, but we'll go ahead and go through these. I can pause for a minute if I'm having problems. Let's see what else we have. Fertility for beginners might be a good one. I'm not feeling like I want to do another diet product right now. And a lot of these are definitely diet related. See, this one's a good one. That's 97. Even this might be a good topic, PCOS. That's really getting into a particular sub-niche of my niche that I don't know that I'm ready to go into yet. But it could be something that is good to research. So another thing that you can do, if like here, like I keep getting things that like natural family planning, that's avoiding and achieving, and really I want to I want people who are wanting to get pregnant. So another thing that we can do is we can look, like let's look at this one here, Making Babies. This is a good one. So we can look at frequently bought together, and customers who bought this item also bought. So here's another good one, The Impatient Woman's Guide to Getting Pregnant, 310. And we just want to like basically, I like to do this in like a new window so that I can open these up and look at these. All of these, just have them all up at once. This one's not loading, so I'm just going to refresh that. Okay. And then, we can look at this one. So let's come down again. Sorry, my internet's a little bit slow. That's why these are not not loading real quick, but probably this one would be good too. We've seen this one twice. Again, this product here, even though the thing isn't loading, that's a product, that's not a book. We just want books right now. Yeah, some of these may be good ones, but let's go ahead and dig in because you're going to do this in your niche. But I would say pick books that really have a large readership. Yeah, this one's probably good. So let's take a look. What we want to do, well, the first thing that you can do is use this look inside feature. And really we want the table of contents. This one might not give it to us. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we want the table of contents, and what you can do is literally go through each of these books and you can take the table of contents and write those things down. And this is something that we did, whoops, I don't know why I did that. This is something that we've done with the content class to help get, just get ideas for content. Oh, I wish it would stop that. But these are also good topics, so just write all of these down. So if I were to type all of these down, understand the process of getting pregnant. And I might also note what book they came from, so I would maybe just copy the link to the book, because we're going to do a little bit more mining of this book. Let me show you this. So here's my OneNote note. I'm doing this in OneNote. You can do it in Evernote or even in Word or whatever. When I did this originally, like way back in the day, it was in Word. So this is where I put the link to the book, and then here I'm going to put the table of contents in there. So common causes of infertility in both men and women. So basically go through and write each of these down and do the same for each of these books. So this is Making Babies. We're going to look inside. We're going to look at the table of contents. Most of them have it nicely organized right there. So this one's great. So they have sections and subsections. So again, you're just going to copy these down. And what you'll do is you'll end up with this huge list of topics, all of which, each of these chapters, or especially with this one, each of these sections, these are all probably going to be promising for a product, or at least for part of a product. And when we get to next week's class, I will show you how to organize an outline for your product. And what we'll do is we'll take all of this. So I'm not going to do it right here on the video with you because that would be boring for you. But I'll take all of these, copy down the topics covered in their tables of contents, and then next week we'll work with that to create an outline for the product. So that's the very base way to mine. Now, and it's not really even mining, it's just very much looking at the surface. First of all, look and make sure there's demand in my niche. And so definitely in this niche, there's demand, because if this many people are reviewing this book, a lot of people are looking at this book. Again, this was another good one. Look at all those people. And this one may not necessarily all be natural, whereas these I think are focused on more natural, but still I'm going to be able to get a lot of information from these. And again, look, this really confirms to me that these are niches that people are interested in. These are things, and this is maybe a sub niche, so this would be a possible product, is Chinese secrets for infertility or whatever, Chinese medicine secrets. So again, these are, but I get a confirmation that this is something that people are interested in. And then this one, like I said, the fertility diet, 62 customer reviews. This is probably, I've done a diet product already. I could probably do a more in-depth product, but probably won't right now. But anyways, so, this just gives you confirmation, number one, which is important. And again, this is a food one, so I'm probably just not going to do the food ones. Okay, so we know how to do that basic confirmation that our niche is viable, that people want products in this niche. We know how to mine to start our little list of topics. which we can help pull together into product outlines, and we'll talk about that more next week. But this is what is the real meat of using these books, using Amazon to create a good product. And also, you want to do this step well, because this step is really going to help you write your sales letter. So what we do is we go down to the customer reviews. Now, Amazon's recently made a change where they're only showing verified customer reviews, which I don't think that matters too much. It may mean that we have less reviews to read, perhaps. But I don't know. I don't know if this number here is verified customer reviews or not. But whatever. You just want enough reviews. Okay, so I think that it's important to really plan on taking your time with this. But what you're going to do, and it doesn't matter to me. I don't think it really matters, like if you sort by top review or if you sort, I think you can also sort by date. It's not letting me click because my page is actually still loading. Again, slow internet. But yeah, so what you're going to do is you just want to go through and read. So the first thing that you do is always read the headline in the review. So, time to get pregnant, not the best, but it could be good. So, while this book is really loaded with tips on how to cure infertility as well as information about the causes, apply the tips for getting pregnant in this book, and I think it will be more or less impossible not to get pregnant. So actually that is, that's pretty salesy language when you think about it. But the thing that's powerful about these are customer reviews. So you just go through and read, and there will be things that jump out at you. Like oftentimes, again, this is where this is helpful for a sales letter. Copy for your sales letter, even headlines for your sales letter or subheadings for your sales letter will pop out at you. And then, sometimes they just give a review, but one of the things you want to look at is like, what do they say they got out of the book? So a poor diet, lacking essential nutrition, and stress are two key factors that underlie infertility. So that, even though he's spelled underlie incorrectly. But anyways, so this is a pretty good review. So I would probably copy this review. And if I copy all of this, it's going to end up messy in my OneNote. So I'm probably just going to type out the headline. And then I'm just going to paste the review in, just like this. And then I'm going to go right down the line. So this is one of the best books I've read in a while. Not a good headline. Yeah, this book, that is not a good review. So we just keep going. That one's not really all that great. Yeah, some of these reviews sound, even though they're verified purchasers, sound kind of crappy. So maybe fake. But helpful tips to become fertile. That could be possibly a nice little phrase to work in. See, again, this one's one that doesn't sound great. I don't know why Kenny is reviewing this. So this, another thing to look at is when they complain. So I guess this is supposed to be a book in a set. So they're complaining about that. This is an ebook, so I kind of wonder if some of these reviews are not legitimate. So if you're seeing a lot of crummy ones like that, then you might move on to your next one. So this is, I know this is a hard copy book because I've checked it out from the library before. So look at this one again. I am pregnant after 3 months. So that is a great start for a review. So we read this. Yeah, so this is great. I fully intended to use the program to prepare my body for another IVF in 6 to 9 months. Imagine my surprise when I was pregnant at the end of 3 months. So that is great copy. That's great copy. You wouldn't use it exactly like they've used it because you're not going to take the words from this book. But there, you could definitely work this kind of thing into a bullet point. I'm not sure if I could do it on the fly, but, so considering IVF, use this to prepare for IVF, and you may be pleasantly surprised to find yourself pregnant after a month or two. No IVF needed. Something like that. That sounds cheesy. I definitely work on the bullet. But, yeah, and then look, she went ahead and added that she had a healthy full-term baby at the end. So this is one that I would definitely copy. This is a great review. And I'm going to I want to make sure that I note that this is a different book. And I want to also make sure that I type in that headline. So, yeah, it was very easy to understand and follow. Loved acupuncture, so that's what she liked. This book is at least worth a read, and you might end up saving thousands of dollars in the process. That would be another thing that would be good to have. When, especially for like this niche, when we're talking about my product versus IVF, you may end up saving thousands of dollars. So again, this one doesn't have as much information for the product, but it has a lot of information for your sales letter. So let's look at this one. This isn't the greatest of headlines, but newfound hope of becoming pregnant. That's good language. Yeah, so this one is, she went in actually for a consultation. My body is already changing for the better. That's great. Yeah, see here, she's giving some tips of what she did using the book. So this is a long review. This is a great review. So this is a good one to mine for things. What might I want to talk about? What seems to be working? What's the plan? What did she like? What has been making a difference for her? So, you want to look at this kind of thing, and I'm going to copy this one too. You want to look at these reviews, and some of these reviews are going to be really, really good. See, look, so this past December is the first time I've ever seen my body temperature do that, and that is exactly how it's supposed to look. So she's talking about these charts, but what she's talking about is that by following the plan in this book, her charts look the way they're supposed to look, which is something really important in fertility. I know that y'all, unless you know about fertility, that doesn't mean as much to you, but think about it. When you're reading these reviews in your niche, it's going to mean a lot to you. This one is short, but it might be very good. The headline here isn't good, but collaboration of Eastern and Western medicine, plenty of charts to compare yours to, so that's probably talking about basal body temperature charts like this reviewer posted a picture of. Testing and their timing schedules, food recommendations, and much more. That's what they liked, so those are things to consider including in your product. So again, this is a simple one, but it's one that will be helpful to me as I create a product. These are the kind of things that they like. They like charts for comparing. They want tables and schedules and things. That kind of stuff can give like an oomph factor and a cool factor. Think about if you've bought an internet marketing product that promises worksheets or something. This is the same thing. So that gives you a good idea. Great information for not only trying to get pregnant, but for your overall health. Again, that's something that could be great in sales copy. So they like the emphasis on food, talking about supplements. Yeah, after taking royal jelly, I received, this may not be a native English speaker, but she had her first period for the first time in a year. So definitely that's the kind of thing that they're talking about. So as you can see, I mean, there are hundreds of reviews on this book. And another thing, definitely, like I said, you want to look at the negatives. So go and read the 1-star reviews too. So it didn't work for them. So that was what they were unhappy about. But let's see. I want it to show me all the, see all 28 critical reviews. That's what we want to see too. I know the video is getting a little long, y'all, so I'll try and finish it up. But we also want to make sure we look at the critical reviews. So this one is weird. This one, it didn't work for them. Didn't help. So a lot of this book was spent discussing what to do for your type. So if it weren't for that type, it was kind of useless to you. So it must be talking about like body types or blood types or something. I don't remember in the book. Yeah, and then here somebody else talks about it. I found the book confusing trying to determine my type. Yeah, so this person had a negative experience with the doctor. But again, so they didn't really like the thing about the types. So that might tell me for my product, don't try and focus on types or blood types or body types or person types, but rather give concrete information that she can use. So she thought that the information about hypothyroidism was completely wrong. So that was a big red flag to her. So basically you want to look at the negative as well as the positive, because the negative tells you things that you don't necessarily want to have in your product. Sometimes they'll say, I wish this book had talked about this. And then if that's the case, then you can make sure to put that in your product. Yeah, so and sometimes they'll recommend another book. Yeah, so these are different things. Some of these are like minute things, but things that matter a lot to some people. And so you could say things like, these are good things for bullet points, like especially this thing about the supplements. So something about these supplements may boost your fertility would be a good bullet point. That's a short bullet point. But something like, these supplements are commonly recommended to boost your fertility, but if you don't know this, it may be dangerous to you, that's a teaser bullet. So something like this, researching what is she talking about, like this one, what's she talking about? Do the research on that and then include that in your product if you decide to make your product about that topic. And actually this is something that I might very likely do because I've done a nutrition book or a nutrition product for this niche. So a supplement product for this niche is a good follow-up introductory level product. I'm probably going to try and make a little bit more of a comprehensive product, but it gives you good ideas and you can make notes like I might actually write this down or copy this one down. So I'm going to copy this one and put it in my notes here. And then I'm also going to put something on the side like so that's probably what I would put there. And then I have that little note on the side. So as you can see, when you go through all of the reviews on each of these, not just the positive reviews, but also for sure the negative reviews. So this one's got negative reviews too. Check those out. Some of the reviews aren't going to be good quality, but some of them are going to be really helpful. You're going to start to get some ideas. So you're going to have your chapter outlines that are going to give you some ideas on the big topics, like here. I should probably make this a little clearer. So, we've got our little chapter list that I've started, and I'll go back and finish. But then we're going to continue that, and we're going to just mine. And you may end up with lots of these pasted in here, which is going to be good because when you're writing your sales letter, you're going to come back to this, and you're just going to use and refine a lot of this language. So this can take a lot of research, but especially if you aren't getting a lot of feedback from your list or you don't have much of a list yet, This is really a great way to help you build a strong product that you know is meeting consumer demands right from the start. Okay, so this is getting a little long, so we'll move on. We'll talk more about mining your list in the call this week, and I'll also go over your homework for this week on the call. So with that, I hope you have a blessed day.